Just look. Oh, sweet. Look straight ahead. Oh, I'll sort my hair out. No, evidently I won't. Looks awful.
I'm a bit wee nervous. I had a long drive last night from Banbury.
Nice bag, mate. Look at the business.
Feel the business. Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend, and yeah, we're just going to see what we can get in terms of the timing boards today. Be interesting to see what the car looks like up front.
Can't wait to see the car.
Yeah, with the sponsors on it.
That's a good point, actually. We're driving into the paddock.
Woo!
How excited is this?
Very exciting.
Luke had to be temperature tested 3 times, and finally on his ear.
I love it. I actually love the moment before the race, the calm before the storm.
This season's obviously a very important time for the new racer. I think that it gives the racer a chance to get to know his, not just his car, but also the team will be spending obviously most of the season with. I'm not going to talk about the racers that I don't know too much about, because I mean, there's obviously some great talents there, but all I can say is about Luke Pullen, that he's a fantastic young lad. I've known him for a few months now, and I know that his enthusiasm and his work rate is fantastic, and I've seen him behind the wheel, and it's just ridiculous for a person of his age and his limited experience.
Yeah, of course, you know, last year was my rookie season, first taste of motorsports, albeit a shortened season. It was 4 race weekends due to COVID. Ultimately for this year, I think we just want to build on the pace we had last year. I think given the experience, we sort of came in and kind of held our own. Matt Pollard, yeah, I mean, what is there to say? I mean, he is definitely, you know, it's common knowledge, he is probably the greatest racing driver in the paddock. Probably the greatest racing driver in the world. When it comes to what he's like outside of the car, you know, a lot of people see this friendly face, bubbly energy, just an overall nice guy. But then you scratch beneath the surface, and there's a real darkness that resides with him.
Matt Pollard as a person, I think, like, on the track he's a fantastic professional. I mean, you just have to watch him to know how, you know, immense he is at driving. I've been watching motorsports for a few years now, but off the track we always like, I don't want to comment too much. But you know, we've all heard the stories, and I hear a lot of stories from the camper with Luke Pullen and the people around him, and it's just disgraceful. I've no interest in covering him whatsoever.
There's actually, as we said earlier, not an absolute crowd of people in the grandstands, obviously, but when the lights go out, the track will be chaotic, and trying to pick your moment through those first corners, pick up as many places as you can, or stay out front, as Lewis Hamilton will hope.
Last year we did have some mechanical issues, notably Donington. You know, it's funny, you go through all the testing and the qualifying, and I remember actually sitting on the grid, and I remember just thinking, I can't believe how much punishment these cars can take. And then 3 laps in, engine blew, and it was kind of that weekend thrown away. You know, look, it's no one's fault, they're 30-year-old cars, but it still kind of hurts.
27 of Luke Pullen that's pulled off there. There's that stranding car, that's Luke Pullen. He's out of the race.
Touch wood, it doesn't happen again this year, because yeah, I've got a good feeling about this season, so just going to try and get it off on the right foot.
Oh! Is that an AB Motorsport car? Yeah, that will be Pullen then off. He's pulled off going into the hairpin rather than gone off, so mechanical issue rather than a mistake.
Well, what I will say, the electrical faults are obviously nobody's fault, especially the driver. I think it's a tragic thing to happen. I think the reaction tomorrow will be the main thing, obviously, but that's obviously very unfortunate for the driver. I don't think it's a reflection of his abilities. A lot of people will take the piss and say that he's a shite driver. I will also say they haven't got the required mentality to be a driver. It's absolute bollocks.
Look, it happened, it's done, we deal with it and we move on. Obviously disappointed to retire from the first race. It's going to put us at the back for the next ones, but look, we've done this before, we've come from the back before, so I'm just going to get my head down, crack on, and yeah, try and salvage what we can from this weekend.
Negotiating cold tyres, big braking zones, cars all around you. It's the biggest buzz of the weekend.
So I just think people should just show a bit more respect, especially to Luke, and I think they should give him a wee bit more chances. And I think as it could get easily conceited in England, you know his time. I think he's fantastic. You know, consummate professional. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know how they make them drive in that conditions, it's inhumane. It was also raining, which didn't help. And I also think that the drivers that could pull through and actually finish the race were somewhat not short of a miracle.
Everything was looking pretty good. The conditions were awful, but we hadn't crashed yet, which is always a bonus. Then in the latter stages of the race, going into the braking zone at Tower, tried to go from 4th to 3rd, and the gearbox jammed. Absolutely no fault on my part. As I say, it's just not my fault. It was nothing to do with me, just a gearbox issue. I didn't miss a gear.
He missed the gear, and I think that cost him. I watched a lot of films, and I think the most accurate film I've seen with racing is about the story of a driver who gets injured severely. I think you all know the film I'm talking about. It might have won a few Academy Awards recently. It came out a few years ago. Anyway, the film's called Speed Racer.
Get in there, Lewis. Get in there, mate. Epic drive, epic.
And I think we can all agree that really encapsulates how difficult it is to be a racer during modern day.